Salut YouTube. On a tué le dieu de Zo. Elle a pas trop apprécié. Du coup, elle se pose des questions sur sa vie. On va essayer d'y répondre dans cette VOD. Enfin, pas sûr. Faut qu'on se casse par la porte. On va dans les serveurs. Ok, il y a eu un bug.
That doesn't sound good.
Was that the spirit, Minerva?
I don't think so. At least, not directly.
Ça bug là, non? La porte? Apparemment non. Le personnel doit évacuer les lieux. Quelque chose ne va pas. OMG, mais qu'est-ce qui se passe? Ouvre la porte. Bip boop, bip bip boop.
What exactly was this place?
Seen anything like it before?
No. There.
Nous sommes dans l'atelier. C'est Zo. Nous sommes dans l'atelier. C'est là où ils construisaient des trucs.
What's going on?
Well, at least the emergency lights work.
What just happened?
Minerva's definitely here. And I think it's trying to keep us out. I'll scout ahead, see if there's a way to get us in.
You sure we shouldn't come with you?
Well, yeah, Minerva could be dangerous. Let me make sure it's safe.
Okay.
We'll be right here if you need us.
Escalader. Le conduit de l'ascenseur. C'est où ça? Forcer la porte. J'ai. Transforme en Resident Evil d'un coup. J'ai vu qu'il y allait y avoir une mage next-gen pour Resident Evil 2 et 3, là, les remakes. Peut-être un bon moyen de se la refaire. C'était cool. Le remake du 2 est exceptionnel. Celui du 3, bon, c'est sympa, mais c'est quand même beaucoup moins bien.
Are you doing okay, Zo?
Pas de réponse.
All this. Minerva. Hephaestus. Gaia. This is what will help heal Plainsong?
It's hard to explain. I mean, I barely understand it, but yeah. It's what Aloy's been looking for this whole time.
Varl, c'est Léon? Non, c'est pas trop Léon, Varl. Varl, ce serait plutôt Ethan, le perso du 7 et du 8. Qui est là, il comprend pas trop ce qu'il fait. Bon, il lui arrive des trucs, il met 28 ans à tilter. Ce serait un peu lui, plutôt. C'était bien Resident Evil... Ah putain, Resident Evil 8, c'était il y a un an, quasi. C'était bien, quand même, Resident Evil 8, aussi. C'était sympa, ça.
Okay. I need to find where Minerva's hiding. I should look for a way to access the facility system.
Vivement le remake du 4, quand même. J'ai trop hâte de voir la gueule du remake du 4.
Locked.
Resident Evil 4, c'est mon Resident Evil préféré. Donc vraiment hâte de voir ce qu'ils ont fait avec, au niveau du remake. Et de retrouver Léon. Qui fume des Espagnols.
Nope, sorry. You're not getting rid of me that easily, Minerva.
Écrit Mia, écrit Zo, c'est exactement ça.
Cables in the center for.
À quoi servent ces câbles? À ça.
Might be able to pull that open.
On va pouvoir ouvrir ça. Oh oui, il y a la cave. J'ai pas vu la crate. J'ai pas vu la crate.
Minerva's shutting me out.
J'ai pas vu la crate. Mais ouais, le remake de Resident Evil 4, là, je pense que ça va être trop bien. Hein.
this leads.
J'espère. Je sais pas, le jeu, déjà, en fait... Déjà, le meilleur jeu, Resident Evil 4, toujours. C'est toujours un jeu exceptionnel, donc je sais pas s'il a vraiment besoin d'un remake. Mais bon, il en aura un, quoi.
I can feel a draft above. Might be a way out of this shaft.
Ah, en haut, oui, effectivement. Oh, la lume verte. Vu. On est où là?
Looks like another part of the facility. Door's locked.
Ah chier!
Don't think I'm getting through that door right now.
Ah chier ce qu'on est en train de faire.
Turn back, see what else I can find.
Alors, je pense maintenant, je sais pas si ce serait possible, mais j'aimerais bien un jeu Superman de la même qualité que ce qu'on a eu avec Batman et Spider-Man. Je suis pas un grand fan de Superman à la base, mais j'aimerais voir ça. Ouais, le problème de Superman, c'est ses pouvoirs, quoi, qui sont ultra pétés. Et rendre ça fun, c'est chaud. Rendre le vol fun dans un jeu vidéo, c'est chaud aussi déjà de base.
And I'm outside. I need to find a way back.
C'est exactement pour ça aussi qu'on n'a pas eu de bons jeux Iron Man, par exemple.
Higher up the mountain.
Donc ouais, ça doit être chaud d'adapter à Superman. En fait, il est surpuissant. À partir du moment où il est surpuissant, comment tu crées du challenge aux joueurs? Pas facile, hein.
Close. If I can get Minerva to cooperate, I can merge it with Gaia. Finally bring her back. And we can start fixing the blight, the storms, and maybe she can help me figure out who those strangers in the proving lab were. Why did they have a clone of Elizabeth? And why did they want it back up?
C'est vrai qu'il y avait un clone d'Elizabeth avec les X-Men. Bizarre. On voit pas pourquoi ils veulent m'emmener là-haut. Parce qu'il y a ça, j'avais pas vu. C'est bon, vu, compris. C'est compris le jeu. Y a moyen, oui, effectivement. J'ai oublié de ramasser une plante. Game over. C'est la plante qu'il fallait pour finir le jeu. Ça va jamais. J'aimerais trop avoir le tuba pour explorer les profondeurs sous-marines. J'espère qu'il arrive pas trop tard dans le jeu.
Okay, now I've got to find a way to plug into this place.
Là où il y a la console. Ok, ça tourne en rond, super.
Looks like some kind of dome. Wonder what it's for.
Ça valait le coup. Oh! On va descendre en rappel. Oh, c'est une salle comme là où on s'est fait attaquer par les X-Men. Peut-être qu'ils vont revenir. Ça a l'air d'être une arène, donc peut-être qu'il n'y aura pas le retour des X-Men. On va voir ça tout de suite. Checkage imminent.
Minerva, I need the console. Please.
Access denied.
It didn't used to be like this. Do you remember it? Anything? You were part of something bigger once. Something good. Gaia. That's right. She can live again. But only if you give her the chance. I can't reboot her without you.
Will I cease?
I think you'll disappear into her. Become part of her. Like you used to be.
Misery will cease.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Minerva. Elizabeth Sobek. Alpha Prime.
Master override activated. Restoring Minerva function to original code. Do you wish to initiate heuristic matrix?
Here goes.
Le retour de Gaïa.
Gaia.
Le métaverse.
Dr. Sobek. A moment. Scanning data.
Oh, elle est en train de me scanner.
So it is Aloy, not Elizabeth. We have much to discuss, but initialization of my heuristic matrix will not be complete for several minutes more. In the meantime, I suggest you familiarize yourself with this facility. It is our best option for a base of operations, and you can make use of its equipment to improve your ability to override machines.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds good.
Shall I grant access to your companions? They will be here shortly.
Okay, but don't overwhelm them, okay? They don't have a lot of experience with things like... well...
La voix d'Whoopi Goldberg en VF, trop bien. À deux doigts de repasser en VF. C'est faux. La VF a l'air cool du jeu.
So no fake this time?
No. This time she's real. Laurel, Zoe... this is Gaia.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Gaia's still, waking up. Let's look around.
I will highlight the location of the lab on your focus.
En train de se réveiller comme moi.
The network between your focuses, allowing you to communicate when apart.
Good. So what was this place?
A regional control center, where Zero Dawn progeny would have overseen terraforming operations in the area.
D'accord, c'est bizarre. Mais ouais, pour un jeu Superman, mis de bas, c'est trop compliqué. Hein. Faudrait trouver des nerfs et tout. Enfin, c'est bizarre. Il y aurait trop... Enfin, j'ai aucune idée au niveau de game design comment tu peux faire ça.
I suggest you explore this facility, Aloy, until my initialization is complete.
Ils me suivent comme des chiens. Ok, je vais explorer la facility. Qu'est-ce qu'on a dans la facility? Il y a le tuba? Donne-moi le tuba, Gaïa. Je veux respirer sous l'eau.
This was intended as the main gathering space for control center operatives.
You could fit a good number of people in here.
Or maybe just a few. To start with, you two go ahead. I'm going to poke around a bit.
That door leads to the west exit. But first, we have much to discuss. After you visit the lab.
Right.
Donc il veut que j'aille au labo par là. Moi je vais pas y aller parce que je suis quelqu'un de dissident.
Looks like an office.
Correct. The facility was designed with a number of private offices.
I guess it's nice to have a space to call your own.
Ok, merci Gaïa.
This would have been an access point for advanced training modules on terraforming operations. Unfortunately, those modules were deleted when the Apollo database was destroyed.
That's too bad.
Ça sent les douches et les vestiaires.
What's this space for?
This would have been the sleeping quarters for control center operatives.
Dortoir!
Reminds me of the bedhouse aspirants had to sleep in the night before the proving.
Hey, Gaia? Why doesn't this door have power?
At my current operating level, I am only able to restore functionality to part of this facility. In time, that may change.
D'accord, c'est un espèce de hub ça du coup. Je suppose qu'il va falloir retrouver des parties de Gaïa plus à l'ouest ou je sais pas trop quoi pour qu'elle retrouve sa fonctionnalité idéale.
Built for people who would never show
Oh.
up.
Why didn't they?
Remember that guy I told you about? Ted Farrow? He sabotaged things. It wasn't supposed to be this way.
Peut-être pas aller là tout de suite. Peut-être pas aller là tout de suite. C'est ça. C'est le début de l'histoire là. Cette slow run du plaisir. On est clairement dans le slow run. Hein. Ici, que ce soit sur Elden Ring ou sur Forbidden West, clairement dans le slow run. Donc un Suicide fera le poids dans le prochain jeu de Rocksteady. On voit que Wonder n'est pas possédé comme le reste de la ligue à la forme d'un trailer. L'action se passe après Arkham Knight. Batman ne devrait pas revenir non plus. Bah ouais, moi ça me semble toujours bizarre hein, que ça se passe dans le même univers, mais bon. J'ai arrêté de chercher. Pardon.
Accessing the terminal in this room will show you how to repair and complete the override.
I'll take a look.
Je peux repair et complete the override? Piratage de charognard. Ah, c'est ça. Ah, c'est chiant. Donc, du coup, faut compléter. Ok, admettons. Défense de grande bouche, nerf primaire de bande rouge. En gros, faut affronter les bestioles qu'on me demande, quoi. Pour pouvoir les pirater. Vraiment des trucs qu'on fera plus tard, ça.
Well, I was able to repair some of the corrupted overrides. But it looks like I need data from more machine parts to fix the rest.
My initialization is complete. You may continue to explore the facility, Aloy. When you are ready, return to the control room. We have much to discuss.
Ça marche, mais moi je veux descendre l'ascenseur déjà. Donc je saute. Enfin, j'aurais presque cru que tu jouais au tennis. Presque. Je fais un peu de bruit quand j'éternue. De toute façon, ça fait toujours du bruit quand t'éternues, donc autant y aller au max. Ça sert à rien de le cacher, ça fait toujours du bruit.
Oh, I've been down here before. It's where I first got into the facility.
On n'est pas monté là-haut. Yo, qu'est-ce que tu fais là, Varl?
Door won't open. Guess Gaia hasn't been able to restore access yet.
J'ai aucune idée d'où on est, c'est énorme. Ils me disent continuer d'explorer la base, mais en fait, en vrai, il n'y a plus rien à explorer là aussi. Il y a d'autres trucs à explorer. Pour rien faire. Je pense qu'il n'y a rien. Hein. C'est vrai que c'est pas bon de retenir un éternuement en plus. Non, c'est pas très bon. Je sais même pas si c'est possible de retenir un éternuement en vrai, c'est tellement fort. Ça paraît bizarre. Ça me paraît bizarre. Bon, on va aller parler à Gaïa parce que j'ai l'impression que là, il n'y a pas grand chose à faire.
Okay. Maybe it's time to talk to Gaia.
Mais d'un autre côté, je mettrais un objectif faire les trucs secondaires. Je pense. Ce qui me mettrait à explorer la base, si je pouvais pas le faire, pas sûr, hein. Pas sûr de ça. On va quand même parler à Gaïa. Je vois pas trop ce que je peux fouiller d'autre en vrai, j'ai ouvert toutes les portes. Pas très envie de faire trop le tour du complexe en rond maintenant. Yo la mif, comment vas-tu?
Hello, Aloy.
Hi.
Pique le nez?
So you're...
C'est le PCR ça?
Yes. Initialization is complete. All tests show that my heuristic matrix launched correctly and is stable. You must have many questions.
Yeah. But two big ones first.
Les fonctions subordonnées.
We're not gonna be able to fix the biosphere without making you whole. I ran a search for your subfunctions at the Hades Proving Lab, but Minerva was the only one I found.
Thankfully, the sensory capabilities of this facility are far more advanced. I will search for the others now. Transmitting query pattern. Receiving. Of Apollo, Artemis, and Eleuthia, I can find no trace. They are simply gone.
What about the others?
Ether, Demeter, and Poseidon are revealed. They lie within reach, procurable.
Et donc ils sont dans les autres régions du jeu.
And Hephaestus?
Il est caché,
Too
Festus.
stands revealed, but it is not like the others.
That's for sure.
In the years since the extinction signal, Hephaestus has evolved. Moreover, it is not confined to a single location. It haunts the global network that connects cauldrons to each other across the planet, making it exceptionally difficult to subdue.
Let me guess. We need it bad?
Correct. Its capabilities are essential. Without it, I can only delay the extinction of life on Earth. Hephaestus is our only hope of a permanent solution.
So we start there?
Unfortunately, we cannot. Procuring Hephaestus can only be attempted after my own capabilities have been significantly enhanced.
Grab the other subordinate functions first, then Hephaestus.
Precisely so.
Ok, Festus c'est la fin.
Ether, Demeter, and Poseidon. How do I capture them?
To recover a subordinate function, you will have to travel to its location and find the physical processor to which it escaped. Then, exactly as you did with Minerva, you must use the master override to revert the subordinate function to its original code state.
And then how do I get it back here?
The subordinate function must be loaded onto a data storage device and physically carried back to this facility.
The cartridge your root kernel was stored on?
Yes. Its capacity is limited, so it can only carry one subordinate function at a time. but in all other respects, it will suffice.
Les X-Men, c'était qui?
Maybe you can help me make sense of something. A while ago, I had a run-in with a group of strangers who tried to kill me. They had machine servitors and a clone of Elizabeth Sobek with them.
Yes, this was recorded by your focus.
Do you know who they are?
The answer to that question is related to the extinction signal that woke Hades, prompting my predecessor's self-destruction.
The extinction signal? Okay, that sounds ominous.
The signal did not come from Earth, Aloy. The calculations are complicated.
What?
But it appears to have originated 81 trillion kilometers away. A distance so vast that light itself requires 8.611 years to cross it.
C'est des aliens? OMG, on va battre des aliens.
Okay, so what's so far away and why does it want us dead?
The Sirius star system.
Sirius. Système stellaire.
But that's where Far Zenith, their ship.
The Odyssey.
Yes, that's where it was headed. But it blew up. Unless... I don't... Why make it seem like they failed? They didn't want anyone to know. They didn't want future humans to think that they were out there. Wait. The strangers who tried to kill me at the Hades Proving Lab? The ones with the clone? Are you saying that they're from... that they're descendants of... Far Zenith?
Yes, that is my conclusion.
Ok. Bah ouais. Ces questions au sujet des fonctions subordonnées, c'est pas ce qu'on a déjà fait? Il y en a plein d'autres. Ok, il y a plein.
The 3 subordinate functions that you detected. What do we know about them?
X-Men sont des kryptoniens, c'est un peu ça.
Relevant to problems currently plaguing the biosphere. Ether is responsible for detoxifying the atmosphere and moderating the weather. Poseidon controls the organic and chemical composition of water resources.
T'as pas un tuba?
Demeter sows, fertilizes, and tends to plant life. If all 3 were restored to me, they would constitute a massive increase to my heuristic processing density. But beware. Their responses to my query pattern were irregular. In human terms, they are frightened, lost, and paranoid.
3 adjectifs qu'on aime coller à une IA, quoi.
Exactly.
The 3 subordinate functions that you detected.
All 3 are relevant to problems currently. Ether is responsible.
J'ai relancé le même dialogue, j'ai pas fait exprès, je m'excuse.
In human.
Like Minerva.
Exactly.
Les fonctions subordonnées manquantes.
The missing subordinate functions.
Quoi?
What can you tell me about them?
Artemis rewilded
Et
the
voilà.
Earth with a variety of animal species. Eleuthia was responsible for gestating, nurturing, and acculturating a new generation of human beings. Apollo was tasked with preserving, organizing, and disseminating vast archives of human knowledge and cultural achievements. Unfortunately, all archived Apollo data was purged on the 2nd of February, 2066, by order of Ted Faro.
Pharaoh, huh? I really hate that guy.
Understandable. He appears to have been pathologically narcissistic, impulsive, and unstable.
C'était le Zuckerberg, le Elon Musk local.
All three
Il était à
of these
chier.
functions have already served their purpose, or were prevented from doing so. Do you still need them?
If attainable, yes. Restoring their remaining elements would increase my heuristic processing density. Unfortunately, I have no way to track them. They have disappeared without a trace.
Bizarre. Héphaïstos. Ce
You
connard.
said you need Hephaestus to save life from extinction. Why?
Celui qui crée les machines, en fait.
Every subordinate function has value, but Hephaestus is by far the most important. Only by recovering and merging it can I regain my ability to design.
Ça explique pas pourquoi il est indispensable. Les produire en masse de nouvelles machines, c'est exactement ça.
Only through it can I program new machines and alter the tasking of existing machines to completely reverse environmental damage. Recovering other subordinate functions may buy us time, but without Hephaestus, I cannot permanently stave off mass extinction.
C'est très clair. Ah, pourquoi attendre pour soumettre Héphaïstos?
Given Hephaestus's importance, is there really no way to capture and merge it first?
I'm afraid that is quite impossible. In my present state, launched and merged with Minerva, I am operating at less than 1/5, 18.8%, of my intended processing capacity. Hephaestus dwarfs this figure. Were an attempt made to conduct the merge under these circumstances, Hephaestus would absorb me, rather than the other way around. A merge cannot be attempted until my heuristic processing density exceeds its own.
And how many subordinate functions is that going to take?
3, comme dans le jeu.
Merging Ether, Demeter, and Poseidon will expand my heuristic network to 41.6% capacity, exceeding that of Hephaestus.
Comment piéger Héphaïstos?
You said Hephaestus isn't located in just one place.
Correct. Unlike the other subordinate functions, which are confined to discrete physical processors, Hephaestus is distributed throughout the global network that connects the planet's cauldrons.
So, when the time comes to subdue it, how do we make that happen?
I do not know. While you are retrieving the procurable subordinate functions, I will attempt to find a solution.
Ok. Héphaïstos pourrait-il nous aider à vaincre les Zéniths?
So, once Hephaestus has been recovered and merged, you'll regain the capacity to mass-produce machines at cauldrons around the world.
Yes, and to program their behavioral routines, or even control them directly.
So could you build an army of machines? Attack the descendants of Far Zenith and take them out?
It is in my nature to take any and all necessary steps to preserve life on Earth, human life above all. So yes, once I have been empowered with the capacities of Hephaestus, I could design, build, and command such an army. Given the nature of the Far Zenith threat, doing so may be our only option. I must admit, however, that I have misgivings about using such technology to kill, no matter how aggressive the enemy.
That's good. It means you have a conscience. As Elizabeth intended.
Indeed.
C'est beau ces robots. Du coup, je vais en savoir plus sur les X-Men.
The sole purpose of the signal was to destroy life on Earth, right? Why would descendants of Far Zenith want to do that?
At this point, we can only speculate.
I mean, Earth posed no threat to them. We don't have the technology to get in their way. We didn't even know about them.
True.
Unless... well... could it be that they want the planet for themselves? The strangers I ran into, they were after a Gaia backup of their own. I mean, if they did that... if they booted their own Gaia and boosted her power... until she could take control of Hephaestus. And then the whole terraforming system.
Then yes, the system could be used to do what the extinction signal failed to accomplish. Snuff out life, and then potentially to build an entirely new biosphere. To their specifications.
So they could be trying to do the same thing we are.
But with opposite results.
Extinction. Instead of salvation. Well, this is not good.
C'est pas faux. Comment ils sont arrivés là?
You said Sirius is really far from Earth.
81 trillion kilometers, or 8.611.
C'est le moment d'or.
Right. So, how would the descendants have gotten here?
On a spacecraft much like the Odyssey, though significantly more advanced. The journey from Earth to Sirius would have taken the Odyssey almost 300 years. This appears to have been much faster. If their ship departed Sirius at the same moment the extinction signal first began transmitting, the journey was made in just 29 years at an average of 0.297 the speed of light. If they did not set out for Earth until they learned of the extinction signal's failure, the journey was even faster, a mere 13 years, or 0.662 the speed of light.
Okay, enough. You're making my head spin.
Le clone.
The descendants I ran into at the Hades Proving Lab, they had a clone of Elizabeth Sobek. So that's consistent with the idea that they came here to salvage Zero Dawn technologies, right?
Yes. As your own experience demonstrates, a clone of Elizabeth Sobek functions in effect as a key to the terraforming system.
But how could they have made a clone?
The Odyssey carried approximately 200,000 human zygotes, millions of animal zygotes, and billions of plant seeds. It is conceivable that Elizabeth Sobek's genetic material was sampled, with or without her knowledge, and carried aboard the ship in storage.
That's... okay, but... I mean... This clone... How could she participate in this? Destroying Elizabeth's dream? It's evil.
Je crois qu'elle en sait rien, l'œil.
Difficult to know. Perhaps she is loyal to the group and shares their objectives. Or perhaps she is a subordinate and has no choice but to comply.
Il va y avoir deux à l'œil.
Elizabeth Sobek? A subordinate? I don't think so.
Le signal et les autres
The
fonctions.
extinction signal didn't just wake Hades. It made every subordinate function self-aware. Why?
I have wondered this myself. So far as I can tell, Hades was the sole target, and the partial sentience imparted to other subordinate functions was incidental.
So the signal could only have been sent by someone who had thorough knowledge of the system, huh?
Yes. The signal's design was exceptionally precise and highly advanced. Were its intentions less malevolent, I would admire the intellect or intellects that produced it.
Zénith.
So if the descendants came to Earth on a spaceship, I guess we can assume that their technology is powerful in all sorts of ways, right?
Là, ils ont des pouvoirs à l'œil.
As your encounter with them at the Proving Lab amply demonstrates, they appear to make extensive use of robotic servitors. Further, they seem to be equipped with some kind of protective energy field that shields them from harm.
Yeah, no kidding. The one I fought seemed indestructible.
Throughout history, every defensive technology has eventually been defeated by an offensive counterpart. For example, assuming I absorbed Hephaestus and utilized it to create a large force of combat machines. No shielding could withstand such an assault indefinitely.
So there's hope.
Vous voulez balancer un gros mécanique sur le professeur Xavier? Comment as-tu suivi le signal?
How did you figure out that the extinction signal came from Sirius?
The key came with data on your focus, from Silent's interrogation of Hades. The duration of the signal itself, 17.22 years.
That doesn't make sense. You said that the signal took 8.6 years to arrive from Sirius. Why would the signal keep transmitting after it was received and you blew yourself up?
Because the sender didn't know that had happened until it received notice from Hades.
Which would take another 8.6 years to get back.
Correct. Only then would the sender stop broadcasting, after a total of 17.22 years. So the duration, halved, gave me the distance the signal traveled. With that in mind, I simply scanned my astronomical data.
Simplement, oui, bien sûr.
Relevant location, 8.6 light years away. Because it was far Zenith's intended destination, Sirius was the only logical source.
Ok, on a fait tous les dialogues là. La biosphère!
What is the state of the biosphere? Is the terraforming system functioning at all?
In a sense, the terraforming system never stopped functioning. The difference, since my predecessor's destruction, is that there has been no central governing intelligence to monitor its robotic agents and assign new tasks. As a result, errors have accrued, and day by day, the biosphere has gradually veered ever more sharply towards destruction. In recent months, disturbances in the biosphere have become obvious. But these bellwether phenomena offer just the merest glimpse of the complex and accelerating cycles of environmental dysfunction, now driving Earth's biosphere towards collapse.
La Jérôme Niel qui casse tout.
And you can't do anything to stop it.
If you can return Ether, Poseidon, and Demeter to me, I can improvise modest corrections to parts of the system. Weather will improve, water will be purified, and rampant plant growth curtailed. But such corrections will not stave off collapse. They will only buy us time. Only with Hephaestus can I design and produce new robotic agents designed to permanently reverse the damage that has accumulated. All efforts must be directed toward that end.
Ok. Combien de temps il nous reste? Donc que tout soit nul?
How long do we have then?
At present rates, without additional factors, the biosphere will cross a point of no return in approximately 4 months.
4 mois? 4 mois?
If I gather Ether, Demeter, Poseidon, merge you with them?
We will only gain a few months more.
Well, every bit counts.
C'est bien de rester positif. Bon bah, je vais te ramener les autres IA.
I guess I should get going and start bringing back subordinate functions. What can you tell me about their locations?
When my predecessor destroyed herself, the subordinate functions sought physical processors capable of holding them. So in each case you will be looking for a powerful computer of some kind. Ether is the closest, and therefore might be the easiest to acquire. However, it appears to be in the middle of TOUT territory. My knowledge of that tribe is limited to data I read on your focus, but they seem to have a significant inclination towards violence.
Well, that's a nice way to put it. What about Poseidon and Demeter?
C'est exactement ça, Midova.
Shelter in the desert south of this location. My substratal geography data indicates that a major old world settlement called Las Vegas was located there.
Voilà Las Vegas, OMG!
A ruin in the middle of the desert, huh? Strange place for an AI devoted to water.
Agreed. As for Demeter, it appears to be located on the coast to the far west. Unfortunately, I am unable to provide any relevant data about the region. As such, it may be the most difficult to retrieve.
Okay, so 3 subordinate functions to go after. Ether, somewhere in TOUT territory. Poseidon in the desert, and Demeter on the coast.
Where will you begin?
Ether niveau 17, Poséidon niveau 22, Déméter niveau 24. Bon, on va commencer par la base, hein. Ether niveau 17.
I think I'll head for Ether.
Then I will assign Ether as the objective on your focus. If you obtain it, I may be able to use it to quell the most severe storms in the
On
region.
va arriver vers les eaux.
Though I will
Let's go, Marie.
and the control over machines that it offers to
On a compris que t'avais besoin des Phaistos, c'est bon. C'est 5 fois.
Should you change your mind, you can update your objective via your focus interface at any time. I will also transmit A summary of available data on all of the subordinate functions to you for reference. Is there anything else I can help you with? I know you have a great deal to accomplish.
I do, don't I?
Is something wrong?
Je fais tout toute seule.
I don't know. It's just that Elizabeth set the bar pretty high. She had a dream for you, for life on Earth, and a lot has gone wrong, and it's all on my shoulders to fix it. Do you think I can do it all? Repair the system, defeat Varzenith, live up to her example?
Absolutely. In her last message, my predecessor declared her unwavering conviction in your success. In you, all things are possible. You prevailed in purging Hades and rebooting my system core. You will prevail in this.
Thank you, Gaia. Well, I guess I should get going.
I have unlocked the facility's exits. One leads onward to the west. The other leads back down the mountain to Plainsong, should you wish to return east.
Varl?
Whoa! Gonna have to get used to that. That's you, Aloy?
Yeah. Gaia's opened the exits to this place. Can you and Zoe meet me by the west door?
Be right there.
J'ai établi la base. Vous avez acquis une base d'opération et redémarré Gaïa. Incroyable. J'ai pas exploré la base alors que c'est facultatif. C'est quoi ça? La console sopasique.
Gaia, what is
Qu'est-ce que
this?
cette merde?
It is a control console for a drone-based imaging system.
Oh les drones!
connected to this dome.
Trouvez!
I will transmit the relevant data to your focus.
Huh. So this Cyclops is a... network
Visionnez les images des drones.
for deteriorating biosphere conditions. I guess it was meant to display on the dome, but the drones aren't connected anymore. I think I can reconnect some of them already. And it seems like there are more out there.
Connecter le module de drone.
There we go. More data for the dome.
Donc ça fait quoi? Trouver un drone de recensement. « 2 sur 10. Ok.
I like this one.
Oh! Ok, on peut donner une apparence au truc. Au dôme. C'est trop bien. Et l'apparence de ça, du coup, c'est quoi? Ouais, c'est marrant aussi, hein.
Hey Gaia.
Un d'autre à nous dire? Un d'autre à nous dire.
I guess I should get...
As you say.
Merci de me souhaiter bonne chance, ça me touche énormément. Ok.
Okay. I need to bring Ether back for Gaia. Varl and Zoe are waiting for me by the west exit. But I could head back east first. Check on how Plainsong's doing after the attack. Or I could also look around here some more.
C'est pas la bonne porte. C'est pas la bonne porte. pas m'empêcher de fouiller. Ah mais ça revient à l'est. Ah. Et donc là on va arriver dans une nouvelle zone. OMG. YouTube, on va arriver dans une nouvelle zone. C'est incroyable ce qui nous arrive. C'est trop bien. Des bisous YouTube.